All right. What is up? What is up, archive? I want to keep this one short just to document what's going on. It is Monday, March 23rd, 11:30 a.m. I've been pretty undisciplined lately. I'll just leave it at that. I've been pretty undisciplined lately. In general, I haven't been working towards something incredible. If I were to blame it on anything, or if there was one situation where I'd be like, maybe that is why. Not an excuse, but I have been thinking about moving back home, and I keep getting put in weird situations where I can't make a decision. I've been thinking about this for so long, for a couple months, and it takes up so much of my mental bandwidth, and I haven't been able to make a decision. I have reached out to several friends. I've reached out to several family members. I've journaled about it a million times. I've talked to ChatGPT, voice models, decision-making models, Alex Hormozy, business-oriented decision-making models, and I haven't been able to make a decision yet. I have been given... Oh, that's not pretty. That's pretty. I have not been able to make a decision, but I have been given grace to stay here for another month. The whole idea was... The whole idea was move back home, get a job for about a month and a half. And something tells me the month and a half is going to extend. But I'm not entirely sure. But I'll just say like a month and a half. Within that month and a half, I would still want a job that's going to net me anywhere from around at least 20 an hour right now, because that's easy to float on. So, sounds so weird saying that like out loud. I'm putting that out into the world like, this dude's only making 20 an hour. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that make 20 an hour. And this is a transitionary phase. So it's like, do I care that much how you perceive me if anybody watches this? I do. But this is real. This is the archive. Going back home, looking for a temporary job I can lock into right away for a month and a half. That would net me, if it's 20 an hour, I'm making like $3K a month. So I'd make an extra like $5K just by staying home. I'd probably net it around $4K for other shit that I might be spending on, like groceries, but I won't be paying rent. If I stay down here, I'm currently making probably somewhere around $3,200 after taxes. Then I have rent, $1,200. I have groceries and any other living expenses. That's like $400 or $500. So really, I'm only taking home $1,500 every month living down here. Now, if I can do that, which I definitely can, if I can do that for 8 to 9 months here, I will likely get promoted. And I will likely be on top of things if I stayed out here. Or I get to stay in Florida, which is such a nice place to be at, even though I'm in this room most of the time. Or I can just say, hey, I'm going home, figure it out that way. And I feel like the moment I put my foot down that way, I will be figuring it out. There's just so much security, consistency, and known things that are going to happen by living here. Like, I know my work schedule. Dude, I know when I wake up. I know what makes me want to go to sleep. I know how much I'm eating in a day. And fuck, man. I want to have both. If I could have my two friends down here, would I want to move home? I would say yes, because there's still the aspect of not making as much, not spending as much money for rent. But if I'm down here with friends that I'm living with, that's fine. That is 100% okay with me. Now the other question is, what if I had the same job up in Milwaukee? Would I go up north? Yes. Yes, I would. I would. I would. Because I already know the consistency and the route of it and that there's growth. So that means that the social aspect is the most important, which is what I've struggled with this year with all the things that I've tried. Um so yeah, being around friends is like the most important thing for me, and it's weird just cuz I haven't seen them for a long time. And back at home, anytime we would go out, there would be times where if we hung out too often, I'd be like, okay, I need to get back on my shit. But now I'm in a position where if I have a full-time job, I can only see people a certain amount of times. Like, I want to be around these people. So I think the framing is going to be a little bit different. Um, there's so much more I want to do. I want to start doing either MMA or jiu-jitsu as they were. Like, I want to get into something that's more active outside of just the gym. Outside of just the gym. I do want to be closer to family. But my thing is, these are all things that feel like it all just feels like a step down. Wait, actually, let me go. Where's Maslow's hierarchy? I don't know why I need to look at that right now. If I can pull up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where would I be at? Right? Water, food, shelter, clothing. Yep, I got that. Reproduction. I got that. Safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. So I'm running between two. I'm between shit, I wish I could show this to you, but there's a pyramid, and at the bottom it's like physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem, and then self-actualization. So I'm between safety needs and love and belonging. Safety needs meaning personal security, employment, resources, health. I want to make sure that my finances are good before I move up, so I'm not just living like a broke motherfucker trying to go up. And it's weird because there's growth within this company, so if I stay, there will be growth, slower growth, with the opportunity to grow more versus moving away. There is radical change that will happen. So probably a dip and then an increase again. But at that point, I'll be in a same situation down here where I may be making good money, but most of it's going towards rent, etc. And then love and belonging, right? Friends, intimate, family, sense of connection. That's what I am not at. That is what I am not at. I'm cool with people at work, but I need people outside of work that I want to be cool with. I'm definitely closer to family than I've ever been before, and I want to keep that built. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm just stuck in between those. And I feel like I'm not able to make a decision. And for me, it feels like I am drilled to need to make a decision. I have been given the grace of one more month to stay down here. Um, and I think if somebody watched this video and they went back to me and was kind of summarized it for me, it's like, dude, you don't know what you want to do yet, even though you've honestly done your best at trying to figure it out, and you still can't make a decision. Just kind of surrender to it. Be like, okay, stay here another month. you're still making money, and there's opportunity with fucking. I just bought this thing that's also gonna help me make more money. Like I can lock in on that for a month. I'm not expecting it to be crazy growth, but I can lock in on that, which will help me regardless of where I am. Then I can continue thinking about it, and it doesn't have to be my all day, everyday thing. Maybe I could step away for a little bit and come back to it. And reset, focus in again. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I can give myself a month to make this decision again, and I don't like the aspect of that because I want to make a decision and just run with it. But I have been given the grace to make that decision. I think I'm staying here. I'm gonna stay here for another month. As much as I want to move home, as much as I want to be around family, and be around friends, I don't think I'm prepared for it, and I don't think I'm willing to make that jump just yet. There are some things that I want to take care of here. With that being said, I think I've just made my decision. I'm going to stay here for another month. What feels off is that by seeking growth in this company and taking the secure route, me a couple years ago would be looking at me like, oh man, like you fell off. Why aren't you doing X, Y, and Z? Like younger child me. Like, why are you doing this, bro? Do you really like it? And the answer is no. It does help me become more disciplined. I am learning how to manage people better. I'm learning how to sell better, but really I'm kind of in the dark with one aspect of what I'm selling. I can't say my confidence and self-esteem is the highest. And that's only because, one, I don't have that social connection that I've been kind of looking for before. And because I haven't been disciplined in what I'm pursuing. So it's like my purpose kind of just falls on my job. And the job was something to keep me afloat, not something to keep me for life. And now I'm seeing that I can grow into this role. But I have to understand I'm young. I have to understand that, I can take the next couple of years and do something, and then afterwards I can still be young as fuck. Even though in my mind it doesn't check out like that. It doesn't check out like that because we're creatures of habit. And I feel like my life is very habitual, set in stone. Work, eating 1 of 3 meals per day, which I'm not complaining about. And then going to the gym, possibly reading. Like my habits have all been floating around from a lack of discipline. Like I haven't been reading every day. I haven't been. Whenever I'm in bad moments, I become biblical and religious. I haven't been consistent with that. I'm semi-consistent with meditating. Yet I've even been inconsistent with the gym. Past like 2 weeks. But the habit of work, the habit of sleeping and just eating, sleeping, and working. This job, that's kind of like depressive thinking about it and not working on anything else, be it music, be it a business, be it something else. And now I'm here talking about it once again, over and over and over and over again. That's the archive. That's today. This is me. This is where I'm at. Probably gonna stay. Oh, I want to leave. And I've thought about it so much. Like leaving can mean one of two things. It can mean escaping from the actual growth that I can see in front of me. It can be escaping from the responsibility of saying, oh, I have growth. Because I know that I'm not going to do it. I can just do something else and fuck off. then there's the real idea of being around family and all these other things that I didn't really value as much before that I do now. Like, I don't want it to be an escape. I want to take a choice that's going to improve my life, but also improve my finances. And everything moving away, I just have no idea of. Staying here, I'm technically more lonely, but it's all self-inflicted. I keep to myself a lot. I think that's what it is. I just miss a social life, which I can still have down here. But fuck. It always comes full circle, bro. I make a decision and then I'm like, oh no. Fuck, man. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna end this one, Archive. I'm most likely gonna stay here. It pains me because I want to move ASAP, but I'm giving another month. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just don't want to keep deciding on it. I want to have true structured purpose that's bigger than this job that I work, and I've lost that. I don't want to find it again. So thank you for watching. If you did, this is just for the Archive. Yeah. It's been Dominic Phoenix, Felicia, the real deal with the real feels. I will see you in the next Archive.